Hey, this is the fourth part of my licks and tricks where I'm taking apart the pentatonic. In the last one I showed you 3 shapes of the pentatonic. There's only 5 shapes in the pentatonic, so I've showed you 3 of them already. I'm going to explore the rest of them over in my bare bones Bottega on my Patreon, where I'm going to go ahead and map them out for you. But what I'm really going to show you is how to understand the difference between the 7-note scales and the pentatonic scales. So when you take in the key of G, for instance, and you take the pentatonic scale here, which is the major, and then I play the major scale itself, which is the G major scale. You might be asking yourself, is there a pattern there? Like, what are we leaving out? And what I want to show you is I want to show you how to understand how to find pentatonics whenever you're playing diatonics and vice versa. So you might be playing a shape like this, and then from right there, you want to go into the diatonic, because you want to kind of end it out with a really cool little section of a lead. And to be able to do that, rather than mindfully thinking about, where am I at on the fretboard? Where's the diatonic scale there? Where's that 7-note scale? How can I find those shapes? What note do I need to add into this? What note do I need to raise to a sharp or lower to a flat? Instead of thinking about it that way, train yourself to be mindless about it so that you can just go ahead and run with it anywhere. Like I can go to the A minor here. There's a diatonic note right there. Then I go back to the pentatonic. So you might be thinking to yourself that that's kind of hard to do, right? To switch back and forth between 2 scales. And it's not as hard as you think. Now, I am guilty of not being able to go back and forth between a lot of scales, but I'm getting much better at going back and forth between the pentatonic and the natural minor or the major, or any of the modes, any of your basic modes. When you start getting into things like the blues scale, especially like an elongated blues scale where it's diagonal across the fretboard, or when you get into something like your harmonic minor or something like that, then yeah, I got to put a little bit more thought into it. I have to map those things out, and I can't just pick up the guitar and play improvisationally when it gets to those kinds of things. But that doesn't mean you can't add that into your vocabulary, which is what I'm working on as well. But the pentatonic's starting to become much more intuitive to me. And I like that because I can go ahead and find those anchor shapes, play with those pretty easily, and just go ahead and gravitate back to those anytime I want to, and switch back and forth between pentatonic shapes and some pentatonic licks, and then also your 7-note scale licks, which I can throw in there as well. So there's all kinds of possibilities there. It's just a matter of opening up your brain to understanding this stuff and understanding how things lock together, and then also putting that into your muscle memory, training your fingers, which is of course coming from your brain, to play where you want them to play on the fretboard, and then being able to leave notes out to play the pentatonic without cognizantly thinking about what you're leaving out. You're just leaving things out because you know you can. The same thing would apply to if you wanted to play chromatically. Now we're adding more notes and trying to understand exactly what we're playing there. Like we know that some notes are going to fit chromatically better than others. The blues scale is a great example of that, where there are only a couple of notes, right? Like there's that blue note that fits really well in your pentatonic, like this one. Now, I could play all those notes chromatically, and over certain songs, that might actually sound pretty good because we can go ahead and add all kinds of dissonant expression in there. But if you want to make it sound bluesy, then there's only that blue note that you're putting in there, which is a chromatic, but it's going to give you an interesting sound even though you're playing the pentatonic scale. So you're thinking about it both ways. You're thinking about going from 7-note scales to playing 5-note, to losing some notes, or 7-note scales to either alternating some notes around to make it something like harmonic minor, or adding additional notes in to make it something like the blues scale, or to make it something like a chromatic scale. So adding or subtracting, right? Either way, You're just changing the way that you're expressing yourself, and it all falls within the same patterns though. It's all got the same foundation or the same shape. It's outlined basically the same way on the fretboard, but you're just putting your fingers in certain spots that maybe you aren't sometimes, but you are other times. And it's going to give you different sounds and different tones. So that's what we're going to look at over on the Patreon. So here's the thing. The Patreon is going to come out today. Today is May 15th. And I'm going to put that out there today along with this video. So you're seeing this video and you're saying, okay, what am I going to learn in this video? Well, here's your chance for 7 days from May 15th until next Wednesday when I put out the next video. I'm going to go ahead and have the video available for free, and eventually it'll be on the Patreon. Where it's going to be is when you access my free course, you'll have access to it for free. So it'll be an 8th video, because my free course is 7 videos. And this will give you an 8th video that you can go check out to learn some of these pentatonic shapes. So my free course, which shows you all the foundational stuff that I have, which is at tinyurl.com/DanH411, ends like one of the last lessons is unlocking the pentatonic. So this is going to give you some additional pentatonic shapes, understanding the pentatonic a little bit better, and then you can go ahead and check that out for free for 7 days. So win-win, right? So be sure to check that out. Go over to tinyurl.com/DanH411 and understand how to unlock the shapes of the pentatonic. So being able to do things like that all up and down the fretboard, seeing the pentatonic within the 7-note shapes, and just understanding how to play intuitively. Now I know I'm not showing you a whole lot in this lesson, but again, this lesson extends over there. It'll be free for 7 days, and I want you to check out the free course, okay? When you check out the free course at tinyurl.com/DanH411, you get access to the free course. You will get on my mailing list. I will send you bonuses and promotions, but you can unsubscribe at any time and have access to that free course for as long as you want it. Now, I will be removing this bonus in 7 days. So that's one of those time-sensitive things. Go check that out now and learn that. And then when that disappears, the free course will still be there. And then I'm going to put it in my Patreon. So if you want to go ahead and check it out later, if you're not ready to learn this stuff just yet, it'll be over there. I add something new to my Patreon every 3 to 4 weeks. So by the time you're seeing this, that thing might be jam-packed with lessons. And it's only 20 bucks a month. So that's a really good value for all kinds of deep dive lessons, unlocking the fretboard even further. So thanks for checking out this video. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to come back weekly for lessons right here on YouTube. I put something out here just about every single week. If it's not a lesson itself, like I said, I'll give you a bonus out there that's for free, just like I'm doing today. And what I'd like to know is over the last 3 lessons, I've shown you quite a bit on the pentatonic, and I'm hoping that you've been practicing. I'm hoping you've been picking up your guitar and playing. Is there anything that you're seeing in the pentatonic that you would like to let me know that maybe you're saying, oh, I didn't really think about it that way? Or is there anything that you're struggling with? Because I can always read those comments, may be able to answer you in the comment section, or may be able to come back later in a video and show you what I think in the video. So I do read the comments and I do look at the suggestions, and will help you out if I get a chance. So thanks for checking this one out, and I'll see you in the next one.